everyone, it's Elena and I'm back with another vlog. And yes, I know it's been a long time since there was a vlog, but honestly I just didn't feel like I had anything to say because I'm just at home because that's what university is like at the moment. However, I got a lot of requests for these vlogs, so we're gonna see if this works out, if it's interesting at all. And yeah. Basically, today is first day, and it's 8 o'clock now. My class starts at 8:15, and it's going to be private law. So yeah, I'm just going to log into my Zoom, and then it's time for class. As always, I keep my statute book right next to me during the lecture so that I can refer to the written law while the teacher talks about it. And basically I just pull up my Zoom on one side and look at the PowerPoint, and then I take my notes on the other side of my computer at the same time. And that day we were talking about consumer protection in contracts with businesses, and it was actually pretty interesting. I finished my class, but that means it's now time to deal with something that I've been just putting off for like way too long, because I've had this massive package in my room for weeks and I really need to pack it and send it off. And what I need to put into it is this. Because yes, my laptop broke during the time of online classes, because there is no better time for this. Now, you might be wondering, but you just typed on it, correct? But the thing is, the battery isn't really doing its job anymore, and so it just needs a lot more charging than it should need. And if I wait until the end of the semester to send it in, then the repair is no longer covered by insurance. But if I send it in now, it will be covered, and I'm a broke student, so we are sending it in now. So what I need to do is I need to make a backup of the entire computer, which I'm gonna do with this flash drive. Hopefully that's gonna work out. I've never done these like physical backups. Like I just have like a digital backup of like all my important files. But basically what I'm aiming for is creating basically a complete copy of what's on this computer. So, you know, including like the desktop background, all the settings and stuff. And then just putting that backup onto my editing computer, so that I will basically just continue having everything in the same place and that I can use my editing computer for university. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Since I've never done this, I don't know how much work this will be, but I have to do it. So, yay, let's do this.
12 seconds later.
You know what I love? I'm like 2 minutes into this project and my editing computer already stopped working. I hate it here. So basically my editing computer is my editing computer only because it is not trustworthy. And it, look what it did. Like, I don't know why, but it made the cursor massive. And like when you click something, you can't, it doesn't click. Why is that? What have I done? Like I can't click anything and, you know, move it. We're off to a great start here because I need this computer to work for university. Otherwise, I'm screwed because this is the time of online classes. Help! It's been a few hours since you last saw me. It is now 1:30 and guess what? I don't even have a backup yet. I'm still updating the software on my computers because I'm trying to bring both of them to like, you know, the same level of updates. And, you know, if clicking Remind Me Tomorrow on the software notifications was an Olympic sport, then I would have a gold medal. Not just one. Loads of them. Because I never update the software. And that's kind of an issue. So my editing computer currently thinks that it's going to take it about 30 minutes to get done with the update. Great. And my normal computer, I had thought that I had updated it, but it turns out there was another update on top of that. So that's loading now, and that will apparently take 2 hours. Great. So once that is done, I can then hopefully finally do my backup on this drive and then copy everything onto this computer and hopefully still have all my files. So yeah. I think now I'm gonna make myself some food because I need to eat. Welcome to our kitchen and this horrible picture that I painted when I was 9 years old and really thought it was Pablo Picasso. Yeah. So now it's time for your favorite cooking show, Cooking with Elena, the cooking show where we put in the least amount of effort to get food. So here's what we're gonna make today. Noodles with some mushroom sauce. Now, make is a very strong word because it's basically already made. All I have to do is put this into a pan, add some water, warm it up, and you pretty much cannot ruin this. Like, I have made this before and it was edible, so it is pretty dummy safe. So yeah, let's do it.
Sit on my bed, I got nothing to do. Take out my phone, 1 second, right to you. I'm really bored, please don't ignore. Started as fun, now I randomly know you love rainy days and you still live at home. It's cool to see you're real with me. Oh no, we've never met and things like this never last. But every time you text back, I can't help but reply with hearts in my eyes. God, I think I really like you, but I never say it straight to your face.
So I'm back at my desk, and you know, I thought I'd return and the updates would have loaded, but guess what? Only one of them kept going, which is the more trustworthy one. So, still loading, but like, you know, it keeps trying. My editing computer, on the other hand, was like, yeah, let me give up. So, it just didn't load. So, I have to restart just downloading the update. I am doing well, incredibly well. Help. So it's 3:20 now, and I tried to join my Zoom class via my iPad, but it just said waiting for the host to start this meeting, so I guess it's not happening. Now, it's a little bit confusing with my international law class because it has two different classes. So it has the normal class, which meets at 3 p.m. and then it also has a tutorial, which meets at 4 p.m. And the tutorial is kind of like an extra thing. So if you want to learn a little bit more about different topics and learn some additional things about international law, you can join the tutorial, but you can also just do the general class on its own. And he just said last week we're going to meet again on Zoom this week, but it was a little bit unclear whether it was the normal class or the tutorial. So I just assumed it would be the normal class, you know, just to be safe, but I guess it wasn't. And on the message board of the class, it literally says like the next meeting is on the 7th of January. It's the 14th of January. So that's not telling me a lot. So I'm just gonna check back in at 4 p.m. and see whether it's happening then. And hopefully by then one of my computers will be done, because my editing computer is still working on installing this update, I think. And my normal computer, I don't even know what it's up to, but it looks a little bit concerning. I haven't even started making the backup yet because they're still not fully updated. And you know, it's 3 p.m. now and I've been at this since 10 a.m. Like, I knew this would take time, but I didn't think it would take 5 hours and counting. So, yeah. That wasn't so smart because I literally do need my computers to do any work. So I think I might just take a nap now. Because I mean, there's no point of me just sitting here and staring at them. So yeah, I think I'll just, you know, set myself a timer for 20 minutes because that's when my editing computer thinks it will be done with installing this update. And then I'll see whether I can join my Zoom class from that, because I love my iPad, but I really prefer typing in the class, so it would be amazing if I could have a laptop. But I mean, if I have to write on my iPad, it's definitely not the end of the world. But yeah, it would just be nice if these updates would finally be done because it's been 5 hours.
20 minutes later.
So I took my nap, went to my desk to look at my computers, and then I went back to my bed because now I'm frustrated. So I think I'll just show you. So when I woke up from my undeserved, because I haven't done anything, but like at least relaxing nap, I found this. So I just clicked update, and as soon as I did that, this happened. So I guess it's updating now, but it just, you know, looks dead. And this one is actually working and now has all the updates it needs. But guess what? In order to use this drive to create my backup, I have to connect it to the power adapter, which is really funny because this MacBook, it has exactly one USB-C port, and that's the one for this drive. And when I use the adapter, the drive doesn't show. So I can't connect it to the power and connect the drive. So that's interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a solution for that one. But at least I can join my class because, well, it is 3:52, so class starts in 8 minutes, and I'm on a good way to at least be able to join my Zoom class from my MacBook, which is good news. And hopefully, after my class is done, I will have a solution for this, and this is hopefully done as well. So yeah, let's hope. In the class, we talked about the interpretation of international treaties, so which rules would, for example, a court use if two states disagreed on what the treaty means, so which different things are they allowed to refer to determine the meaning of a treaty. So I finished my international law class, and just in the middle of a class, the backup just began, even though it's not plugged into a charger. So I'm not going to question my luck, you know, I'm just going to hope this is actually going to work out, and yeah. I mean, I ran out of luck on the other computer, so let me show you what I mean. So my editing computer has updated fully now, so that's good, right? I mean, we should be happy about the fact that there's no updates at the moment. I did my part. But you know what I also did with this update? I somehow managed to ruin iMovie. This was iMovie. And do you know what I edit my videos with? Yeah. It's iMovie. Do I need to talk about the fact that it's very bad for me that I killed iMovie on my computer? And I don't know how I did that, because I just checked and on my other computer my iMovie is fine. Like, it is almost 5 p.m. So it's been 7 hours since starting this project. I still have not transferred all my data to this computer, which now I will just hope that like the data transfer will like fix the iMovie, because what I'm planning to do is like delete everything off the editing computer and just take all the data from my pink computer and put it on there. You know what I mean? Like including like, you know, all the files, all the apps I have on there. And I hope that would fix my iMovie, because my iMovie is good on the other one. We'll see. But this is not going very well for me at the moment, and it's a little bit concerning that my iMovie died on my editing computer. Like, that's not good.
Many hours later.
It's a lot later, as proven by the closed blinds and my very comfy sweater. So I actually managed to get this backup done. Hallelujah. That only took forever. So now I'm trying to transfer my backup onto my editing computer. I don't know how it's going. I mean, it says it's processing applications and documents to transfer, and it's already at 34,932 items to be processed. Like, it hasn't transferred any of them yet. I didn't know I had 34,000 items. I can't even name 3 of the things that I have on there, but like, I have a weird attachment to everything on there, which makes no sense whatsoever. But yeah, basically I'm just gonna let that do its thing overnight probably, and then we're gonna hope that I'm gonna wake up with a copy of everything I had on my pink MacBook on my editing computer. That's what we're aiming for. So yeah, now I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm tired and this has annoyed me, and tomorrow is gonna be more productive in terms of doing actual academic work, because I am a university student, and luckily I do not fix computers for a living, because man, I did not know what I was doing today, and I really hope that I picked the right options now that I'm actually getting what I want out of this. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye! Good morning everyone, it's Friday, and today we're going to be more productive and actually do some work, because our entire computer thing actually worked out. Surprise! So I basically have everything that I had on my old computer on my editing computer. Lovely. So now I just need to basically take my pink MacBook and wrap it and send it off. I currently just have it down there with all of my books. But yeah, I'm gonna package it and then I'm gonna send it off. I'm only gonna use this computer from now on, because otherwise I will just be way too tempted to just keep using the pink one over and over, and then I'll just never send it off, and that would not be good. So now it's time to almost do my study with me. So I do live study with me sessions throughout the week to help students who are also, you know, studying from home and who are used to like going to the library and stuff, because honestly that's like me, and I kind of miss that environment where you were just kind of pressured a little bit into being productive. So that's why I do these. So I'm doing 2 today, one from 8 to 11 and then another one from 1 to 6 p.m. And yeah, basically my setup is I just have everything that I need on my desk. So I have my computer here, something to drink. I'm currently drinking way too much Coca-Cola, but I kind of vibe with it. Of course, my Apple Pencil, my AirPods, By the way, this is not like the cutest AirPods case ever. Like, I think it's super, super cute in my opinion. Because, I mean, I love bunnies, so it's just very fitting. And then my iPad, and then of course my phone, which I use for streaming. So basically the stream is already set up and I just need to click go live, and then I'm going live on my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's my setup, and now it's time to actually do some studying. And this is what my stream then looks like. And by the way, all of my live Study With Me sessions are archived in my Study With Me playlist in case you would like to rewatch them to study along. And I finished my live Study With Me session, so I now have a 2-hour break, and then I have another 5-hour Study With Me session. This one that I finished just now was a 3-hour session. And I thought I'd just quickly show you guys what I did in the time. So I was working on international law. So basically we have like an online course where you just click your way through it. There are some quizzes along the way. It's actually really, really fun. And I just take my notes here on the side while I go through the course. And for my international law course, I also took out my statute book for international law. It's actually the same one that I used in Cambridge because the course requires the same book, so that's great. And then I also got out my massive international law book, which contains cases, but also some international law documents and some explanations. It's a really, really useful book, but it's pretty massive. But it can be very, very helpful. And the other thing that I did was I worked a little bit on my revision notes for German public law. Not that much though. To be honest, I mainly focused just on international law. And now it's time to take my break, so I just grabbed my book. I'm actually starting this one now, so I have no idea how it's going to be, but it really intrigued me in the bookstore, so I bought it and I hope it's going to be good. So yeah, I'm just going to sit down on my bed, read a little bit, and then I'm going to make myself some lunch later, and then it's time for the second Study With Me session of the day. Honestly, this book had me hooked from the opening line because it just makes you want to know what's going to happen to the character, but I'm unfortunately not through the book yet, so I can't recommend it, but once I am through it, I will definitely write about it in my newsletter. It's a bit later now and I've made myself some lunch, and I'm probably just going to eat that now on my bed, honestly. And I've done the one to do for my break, which was setting up my second live stream, so that's what it looks like now, and I can just click go live whenever I want to start the stream. So I still have time, so I can just, you know, close that and people can already see the link and, you know, we'll know that it's starting in a bit. And yeah, I think I might actually keep reading in this book because it started off very interestingly, and honestly I'm intrigued. Like, I want to know what happens. So yeah, that's pretty much my plan for the rest of my break. And here's me during my 5-hour Study With Me session. Basically, I mainly worked on making my revision notes, so I make these on my iPad in GoodNotes, and I just try to, you know, get all of the information down so that I can then revise from these notes. And then it was time for dinner, and we had some pizza and McDonald's, which made me very, very happy. And that was pretty much the end of the day. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Bye!